Hi there, my name is Lee Young, the gym manager of the Secret Boxing Gym. Okay, let me show you the gym setting. So, as you walk in front of you is our cab to leave better. So, we provide healthy protein shakes and healthy food options after training, pre-training. On your left, here is our reception, the Secret Boxing Gym. Merchandise, the gym floor, follow me this way. So as you can see, all the people here, plenty of bags, rings at the end. On the side, all the windows, the doors can open when it is too hot. The logo there in the evening. Red. That's it. It's well designed, well spaced. Follow me this way. Thank you.
Is that what?
Their barcodes and all that.
So through here.
Sorry.
Here is our lovely reception. Joe. Come this way. One of the toilets here. At the end is the company who built the gym and designed it. On the right here is the toilets and changing room. This way. Very fancy, stylish changing room. Lockers. Showers. Quality materials. And at the end you got this mirror with a hair dryer. Of course, we have speakers. The music will be played during the daytime. So yeah, come in and check out our Secret Boxing Gym.
DJ Boxing Live here, reporting for the boxingvoice.com. We're here at the opening of Richard Williams, the Secret Gym. Richard, and you obviously train up with your trainer, Brian Lawrence, obviously, of always. So, Richard, tell us about the gym and how did it all come together?
Oh well, you know what? It's like I've got two amazing partners, Claire and David. Just amazing. They approached me 7 months or so ago, saying that we need to do a gym called the Secret Boxing Gym. It's crazy. I was in there this morning before a 6 a.m. class, and I was just looking at the place, and it still doesn't seem real, to be honest with you. And just an amazing opportunity, you know.
Absolutely, Brian. So I was going to say, Brian. So listen, what do you think about? Obviously, you dealt with Miguel's long time. You two together, you know, up highs and lows. You're together. To see your guy, obviously, someone you've been working for so long, to have his own place. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. Real nice gym, good area. It's going to be very successful. You know, you can't have a better teacher than Richard Williams. You know, good guy.
You know, the thing is this, like I said, like in terms of like my pro training and everything like that, Brian's showing me the ropes. Like certain of my pro fighters, Brian's in the corner with me. I'm learning the ropes through Brian. You understand? He's giving me the full 100. Many times Brian says to me like, oh yeah, Rich, you know, look out for this and look out for that. And I'm like, nah, Brian, then things gonna happen to me and blah blah. And then 6 months, 12 months later, I'm like, yeah, Brian, yeah, you're all right. So he knows what he's talking about. That's why I'm staying close to him. You understand? It's 100%. But amazing, good teacher. I've had some good teachers in my life. Brian's definitely one of the best of them, and you know, one of the realest. And this is the thing that boxing definitely needs, is the realness, and that's what I'm trying to carry on. Just being real, man.
Absolutely. I mean, look, are you still based at McGill's? I'll find out McGill's.
Well, we go with the girls, but we're based at the Peacock Gym.
Peacock Gym.
Yeah, I've been down there for about 7 years, and that's like a second home as well. You know, but there's a lot of professional fighters down there, and you know that's where we are. But you know, we'll be passing into the secret gym. You know, because we're not going to keep it a secret no more.
It's a secret.
Look at all this. Yeah.
But this is the thing, like you're saying about McGill's, and honestly and truthfully, I love McGill's. You know, it's the weird, one of the weirdest things ever. When I first turned professional, and I started to train McGill's boxing gym, I was like 25, 26 years old, and like John Sims, Steve Sims down there, so much love they showed me from how many years ago. And even in terms of me doing my training and training my pro fighters, when this gym wasn't ready, I was in McGill's like a week and a half ago, and it felt, seriously, and I'll tell you something, it felt sad to leave there. Yeah. I'm telling you, it felt sad to leave there. And Steve Sims, he said to me, listen, I wish you the best. Listen, I got a lot of love for them people there, man. And
yeah,
like,
good people.
yeah, 100%. You know, you don't have to, in order to be successful, you don't have to try and knock down another man and all them sort of things like that. And it's 100%. That's what it's about.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're trying to build.
Obviously, you're gonna still work together and try and.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning. I got to hang on to him. You know what I mean? I'm training 4 guys right now, and I need all the help I can get, man. It's like, this is what I love about Brian as well. With the training side of things, right? It's not an ego thing. Again, there's a lot of people now, it's an ego. They want to go on like they invented something, or they, you know what I mean, a new style of this or a new style of that. No, it don't work like that. There's a lot of fighters now that are very, very good, but there's been many fighters who have been better. You know what I mean? It's about the product you've got at that time. You know what I mean? A trainer's as good as the product.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
And you've been around for many years, and many fighters you've seen, you know. And who's. I remember the interview with Kirtland Lang on the documentary.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're going back in time there. Yeah.
That's how far we're going back, you know. History right here. So, obviously history again.
Yeah, but
we're hearing a new 2000, everything state-of-the-art gym. Secret. Tell everyone where they can find the gym, Richard.
Well, it's 2 Montague Close, and it's literally underneath London Bridge. That's amazing. Amazing. It's literally underneath the bridge. 2 Montague Close, Riverside boxing gym. You know what I mean? Having said that, I've got a 6 a.m. class in the morning. I have to be careful on them rums that I've been drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, it's amazing space. But one more thing.
Yeah.
Don't watch the boutique looking place. It's the real boxing training.
Yeah.
It's not no fake training. It's not no boxer size thing. This is the real deal. Trust me.
You're not gonna have, it's just gonna be, you got pro fighters already, so your pro fighters gonna fight here.
Yeah.
But any amateurs?
No plan for anything like that yet.
But that's the keep fit.
We only keep fit. Like my pro guys are coming down here. We only open Tuesdays.
Yeah, you sure?
Today we open Tuesday. Today's Thursday. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, so I'm I'm feeling blessed, and I'm just loving it.
This gym is for people who want to work hard. Get in shape, keep fit.
This is the place, right?
Yeah. It's got a good bar outside, a good healthy bar outside.
Listen.
Food.
The bar, the cafe that's there.
Crazy food. Listen.
Hey, the change rooms are amazing. You see the change room? I've never seen. The change room come like some people's houses.
Listen, what I'm saying is that one of my go-to partners, like I said, and one of my partners runs a company called, he's a partner in a company called LXA, and they're architects, and they build gyms all over the world. So it's done properly.
Amazing.
You got the same people involved with Andy Josh's BX gym, and the same people involved in this gym, and it's amazing. Richard, hey, listen, a blessing. Brian Lawrence, appreciate. Congratulations to the two of you. We're here now, and hey, long may the gym. Make sure you guys check out. to come to the gym. EJ reporting for the boxingvoice.com. Thanks very much, guys.
All right, thank you.
EJ Boxing Live here, reporting for the boxingvoice.com. We're here at Richard Williams' secret gym opening. We have Leon, one of the managers here. Leon, so tell us obviously the opening of the gym, and how did you get to know Richard and to get this gym in?
Okay, so 7 years ago, back at the Old Rooney's gym, I met Richie there. I also trained with one of his professional boxers, Angel Banov, one of the best I would say. And then after 6 years, a year ago, I decided to come to train with Richie. I learned the completely whole game of boxing, and that's where I earned the trust that Richie recruit me as a gym manager.
Absolutely as well. And so your gym, so you're going to do the day-to-day gym. So what would that entail? Obviously, you're going to train fighters or?
Mainly, I'm designing the boxing conditioning side.
Are you the architect?
I can't say that way. That's too much. Too much for me. I put it this way. I'm the student of the secret. Always learning.
Absolutely as well. Like you took us a walk around as well. So tell us about all the modern day things you've added to this gym, unlike a normal gym. Because obviously normal gym, you have the spit and sawdust. So that's all the new things you've added to this gym.
So the gym, as you can see, is well designed with a designer at the back office. We concentrate on the customer services. So it's a small, exclusive studio type of gym. So the customer services is very important. We try to get to know our customers, provide the best services for them, rather than we set a structure, let them follow us.
Really? That's different. Yeah. That's different because obviously you usually have a structured service, so you obviously get the needs of the customer, and obviously so they can benefit the most, right?
Yes.
Absolutely as well. So, tell us where can they find the gym?
They can find us on the Secret London, thesecret.london, the website, or download our app, The Secret Boxing Gym. One word, no space, no capital.
Anything else you want to add?
Our concept, Richie's concept, is about don't just practice the right way. Get fit, have fun.
Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for talking to the boxingvoice.com.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Keep going, Dad. Let's go. There's Sweet B, boy. Some moves, man. EJ Boxing Live here, reporting for the boxingvoice.com. I have Derek Sweet P Williams.
Sweet D
Williams here. We're here at the opening of Richard Williams' gym, the secret gym. Derek, tell us how, obviously, you're at the opening of the gym and your relationship with Richard, and obviously about this gym.
Well, first of all, right, it's the secret gym, right? And I almost couldn't find it because I came off the main road and it's down a side road. So it's an amazing gym off London Bridge, man. And EJ, let me tell you, to see something like this, like Richard, me and Richard got back, we got history because we grew up from little kids together. In fact, my aunt was his childminder, right? So we grew up as children together. But to see Richard doing this, right, I think he's blessed because in our community, right, all you hear about is knife crime, black on black crime, all these kind of things. And when you see something positive like this happening, we need to have this need to be glorified and make people know more about these things, because having a gym is working to keep guys off the streets, discipline. Not only for that, but people come here and work, people in the city come here and work and train, and the gym atmosphere and environment is a thing where people get able to release a lot of stress and tension. So we're going to plug the secret gym, Richard Williams.
Yeah, absolutely as well, man. And like I said, the location is marvelous, right in the heart of centre, and it's modern. He took me around on that, and I saw all the latest updates and stuff like that. Clean, soap, everything, showers,
It's clean. It's clean. It's like, you see, yes, you have to know that we move with the times, right? And people are looking for something like this. This is, like you said, it's clean. It's high tech. It's a high tech gym. It's got good equipment, and you're gonna have an amazing atmosphere. And providing people keep it at that level, then that's what will maintain this for years, you know? So I want to say to people, come out and support this gym here, the secret gym. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously Richard will be here soon. They got some food on offer. So Derek, yourself, what's happening with yourself?
With me, I'm blessed I continue doing. I'm a community man, right? I do talks. I go around trying to still encourage young people, not just black kids, but black and white. Because when people say you work with young people and people, my whole thing is don't look at colour. You understand? We're looking at kids being kids, young people growing up in the society and not having a future. So we have to make sure that we can pave the way that they can be a brighter tomorrow and brighter future for them, you know? That's what I do. I do talks, I motivate people, I do everything, man. I still also train people. You understand? So look out for Sweet D. Sweet D Williams is the secret with it. Secret.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you giving us time. And obviously, the launch of the opening of the gym.
For sure. The secret gym, man. Bless him. He's there, keep on doing this stuff, man. He did a good thing. We like everyone is in tune to you and you keep us informed what's happening on the boxing front and what's going around. So we'll watch you, man. So that when if you make an we will see.
Thank you very much, Derek. I appreciate it, man.
Bless.
Yeah, man. Nice one. EJ Boxing Live here, reporting for the boxingvoice.com. I have promoter Mickey Helliet here at the opening of Richard Williams' new gym, the Secret Gym. Obviously, Mr. Helliet, what do you think about Richard's new gym? And obviously, this being basically getting involved in the community in boxing.
I tell you what, there's a lot of, it seems to be like a fad, like a fashion at the moment to make gyms, like 20 years ago, all the gyms were dirt on the floor and sweating, a bit intimidating to walk into. And now there's like a fashion of making these nice, sort of well turned out, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing gyms. In an era where there's loads of beautiful gyms, this is a really beautiful gym, isn't it? I was thinking if I was like a big corporate working in one of these offices, walking past here every day, I think it wouldn't be long before I would make the trip into the gym. And
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Well, I mean, I've worked with Richard. He's trained some of the boxers that I've managed, so I know him personally. And I think he's a good pro boxing trainer, but also be very good for white collar, city guys that want to do a bit of boxing, because he talks very to the point, doesn't waffle or talk in riddles or like that. He just that's what it is, and highlights the important things, and he can teach the basics very quickly, very clearly. So if you're you've never had any boxing experience, you're thinking, no, I don't know, Rich would be a good man to
absolutely as well. And it's got a lot of celebrities. Like I said, the location's great. There's a great atmosphere, and obviously just opening the gym in this location, very good to get this location, very so
perfect.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, see, like this window here and this window. If you wanted a billboard, if you wanted a billboard advertisement in London, that would cost you like tens of thousands. Everyone walking past, all these corporates, they'll see this beautiful gym, and good. I wish him every success with it. Rich is a really hard-working, decent, guy with a good heart. So I wish him all the success in the world with his project.
Thanks, and you yourself, obviously, you've got a couple of charges. I know we talk about yourself. Obviously, we talked about Darren Williams rematch, obviously, and we talked about the other fighters. What have you got coming up in the future?
Darryl's having a break. I think it broke his heart. What happened in Scotland? To be honest, it broke my heart. It was wrong. The decision for me, I thought it was terrible, and I invest a lot in not just money, but I invest a lot of my heart and soul into helping Darryl get to that position where he was a mandatory. They had to pay him a big purse on a big show. There was no way they could get out of making the fight because he was a mandatory. For him, I always pick out the faults. I walked at the fight, I rewatched it. There's things Darryl could have done better, but never in a million years, no matter which way I interpret that fight, did he lose it. I don't see how he lost that fight. In fact, if you go onto YouTube now or anywhere where that fight is up, all you see is comments saying, "What on earth is this? This is why I don't like boxing. This sort of rubbish puts me off boxing." So it's not just me. Obviously, I'm not neutral. I'm biased, but despite the fact that I'm not neutral, I still think even if I was neutral, I would feel the same way. I was absolutely gobsmacked on the night when it happened. I just thought, as it was getting towards the end of the fight, because we know we were in Scotland fighting a guy who's promoted by the promoter, I thought, you know, and then I just couldn't, I was convinced they can't give it the other way. It's too much one-sided fight. And they did.
Yeah, that's it. You obviously your channel, tell them about the Hellraiser Boxing channel on YouTube.
Hellraiser Boxing. I'm praying that the fight, Joshua is going to fight Michael Hunter. I heard there's two. There's the fella that lost the part to Parker.
To Parker, he's talking
Mexican, sort of stocky, short. I can't remember his name. That's a big impression.
Oh, you're talking about Ruiz?
Yes, okay, Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz,
and I'm hoping it won't be him. Nothing against him, but I think if it is Ruiz, I think that will not be a good statement to be putting out, like for DAZN, for Eddie Hearn, for Matchroom, for Joshua even. It's not a good advert because I don't think that spikes any interest. Michael Hunter, he's not that well known, but I followed him. I mean, I remember his dad, Mike the Bounty Hunter, he was the first guy to knock out to beat Jimmy Thunder, the Australian big punching heavyweight, and because of that, I love Mike Hunter. Mike Hunter was very unusual, sort of, you know, long, rangy, quick hands. Michael Hunter isn't the same, but Michael Hunter has got a lot of things that I think I wouldn't predict that he'd beat Joshua, but I think he will really, really put a test on Joshua. Especially, you know, like sometimes, and there's people that are saying, oh, well, that's a cruiserweight. But for me, Hunter was like too big for cruiser. So it probably was a disadvantage to him. I mean, if you see him against Usyk, first half of the fight, he more than holds his own. Second half of the fight, he's very flat, and Usyk's got a phenomenal work rate, but Usyk really bosses him. But probably because he was weight drained. At heavyweight, obviously, he won't be weight drained. He'll be eating everything he needs to eat. And a lot of the things that he reminds me a lot of Carlos Takam, Michael Hunter Jr. And Takam caused Joshua a lot of problems.
Yeah. He argued like he was going to be the first guy to go the distance.
Yeah. And the stoppage for me, it wasn't a proper. I thought they've done him a big favour there, stopping it when they have. I mean, and I think he was hurt, but I thought they could have given him, you know, a bit more slack. And so we'll see. If it's Michael Hunter, I think that's a big potential banana skin. That's a fight that. I mean, I was thinking of going out to watch the Jarrell Miller fight, even though in my heart of hearts I think Joshua would smash Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
I just thought he will walk through him and knock him out, probably in like 2 rounds. But I will go there anyway just to see Joshua at Madison Square Garden. I love New York City. I thought, okay, if it's Hunter, I will definitely go.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. You want a more competitive? Do you reckon it would have been more competitive than Big Baby?
Oh, massive, yeah. I mean, for me, Joshua against Big Baby Miller was probably like 2 or 3 rounds max. Probably 2. I mean, I just think I didn't believe any of the bluster about Miller at all, and I felt almost relieved to know that I don't even have to sit through watching that, because then we're going to have to wait another 6 months for the next Joshua fight. And if he fights Hunter, I mean, that is a brilliant fight. That's a really, really good fight.
I hope it does. What would you think about, obviously, Big Baby and the drug testing as well?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, what do you think about, obviously, he got caught. There's obviously, you know, a lot of fighters have been caught with, found out with drugs. What do you think the penalty should be? I mean, really, someone that's doing that, my instinctive reaction to it is throw away the key, you know, just ban him for life and that's it. We don't need that, get out. At the same time, he's a young guy, he's made a massive error of judgment there, which, look, most human beings in their young life, myself included, have made bad decisions. And it's a shame if he completely loses, but the thing is, right, for me, even like whatever drug you could possibly give him, he wouldn't have beat Joshua. So if he's going to have not have those drugs, what chance has he got then? Zero, you know. So for me as a boxer, I just eliminate him from my thoughts now. Forget about Miller.
he was never really, for me, he wasn't a real threat anyway. I thought this is, I won't even say the names, but we've all seen it, like guys with padded records that are found to be woefully short of world class when they're thrown in. It's a cash out. And the thing is with Miller, by the time they've signed the contract for the fight, didn't need to, because he's not going to beat him anyway. He could have been $8 million richer. And I'm a promoter. If I was the promoter of that show, you've signed the contract and you've let me down like that, I'm going to sue you for everything you've got. So even what you earn in the future, if you owe the money, you've got to pay it. And Eddie Hearn, for me, I couldn't hold that against him. How much money have they spent flying them all around the world, setting up press conferences? That's a huge hole in his pocket, and the event won't have sold better, probably for Hunter, even if it's a better fight, than what it did for... It leaves a whole array of problems. And yeah, okay, you have got... It's not like there's a shortage of heavyweights that want to earn, $5 or $6 million. Of course not, they all want that. But it has to fit with the TV station. They've got to fill Madison Square Garden. Well, a big part of that is building up the fight. Well, they've wasted all these weeks building up Joshua against Hunter, and through no fault of the promoter, they've now lost Hunter. Now people, why would they buy a ticket? They don't even know who's going to... He could end up boxing Butterbean, who knows who they could bring in. So that affects sales.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I was Eddie Hearn, I'd be made. I mean, like I say, I would absolutely. I would. That would be a court case.
Yeah. Now you give a different aspect that obviously I wasn't aware of that. This is a fan obviously watching it. You think it's bad, but you just want another guy in. But that's a really good breakdown.
Just think of the resources that they put into building that up. And Big Baby Miller, look, he wasn't deserving of that fight in the first place. So for them to have put him into that situation, for him to throw it away like that, and he signed up for VADA testing. It's not even like maybe, it's like you are going to be tested for all these things. And he just took the $8 million and threw them on the fire. Incredible.
Hey, Mickey Helliet, man, it's great catching up. Hey, you guys, make sure you subscribe to Hellraiser Boxing channel. You got all the best breakdowns. One of your best breakdowns you have with the Eubanks. That's the one. I remember. I put money on that one. That was a very good.
If it's Hunter against Joshua, please watch the breakdown, because from the first time I ever watched Hunter, I thought, right, I want to see him fight Joshua, because Joshua has a history of struggling against shorter opponents who move well, move their head, move their feet. You think of like Takan, you think of in the amateurs a guy called Mihai Nistor. Dillian White is 6'4", but he sits down a lot, so he loses some of his height. And Joshua struggled against him. Was very open at times against him.
Upset.
I'm very excited. If that fight happens, look, I know I love Joshua. I want Joshua to keep winning, but I'd like him to win in a fight where he's really had to sort of be pushed to the limit.
Yeah, excitement. Absolutely, man. Thank you very much, Millie. Here with the opening of Richard Williams.
Great talking with you.
Thank you for talking to boxingvoice.com. Appreciate it. Nice one.
Thank you. See you then.
This is EJ Boxing Live here, reporting for theboxingvoice.com. We're the opening at the Secret Gym, and we have Claire Reese, one of the directors. So Claire, obviously the opening, tell us about it and how did it get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started about 6 years ago. Myself and a guy called David Reese, who's one of my co-directors along with Rich Williams, decided that we wanted to put on a slightly different boxing gym. One that had all of the authenticity of a normal boxing gym, but with a little bit of polish where it counts. Showers, aircon, that kind of thing. And this is the result of it. Started 6 years ago. We started looking in earnest for a place 7 months ago, and we opened today.
Absolutely, as well. What a fantastic opening.
Thank you.
Fantastic venue.
Thank you.
How did you go about? I was talking to Richard yesterday on the phone, talking about all the architects, and how did it go about obviously finding this location and getting it in such a prominent area, in a prominent part in London?
So we have a great property finder to kind of refer you to on that front. A guy called Alex who actually brought us to the space. One of, as I said, my business partner Dave is an architect by trade. He works in commercial property development, so they all did the fit out of the interior, and I think they've done an amazing job, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. I was just saying, obviously, you were talking about the same fitting is the same gym from Annie Josh's gym, the Reebok gym.
He did the same fit out. So LXA Project, those are the people that have done BXR, and they've done subsequently the Secret Boxing Gym, London.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you and Richard obviously get together? You were saying about personal training. How did you obviously?
So I used to train at a different gym where Richard taught. I started working out with Rich. I did my first white collar fight 6 months after that, and of course I won. Of course, I was trained by Rich Williams. What do you expect? So worked out with Rich. I've been working out with him pretty much every day since.
Well, that's absolutely nice. So hey, listen, fantastic gym. You take some good pictures. For those people, obviously for the first time, tell us where they can find the gym.
It's right. So we're number 2, London Bridge, which is 2 Montague Place. We're right next to the gym, behind Borough Market. The most important thing to do is to download the app. Download the app, The Secret Boxing Gym London, and everything that you need is on there.
Thanks very much for your time.
It's a complete pleasure. Thank you.
Liam McKenzie, Richard the Secret Williams, Brian Lawrence, everyone's up in this, man. Nice one. Mickey Helliet, Derek Williams, everyone's here, man. Open the Richard Williams gym. EJ Boxing Live, we're reporting for the boxingboys.com. Here at the Secret Gym opening, we're here with Liam McKenzie, obviously former footballer, or former boxer. Actually, Southern area type. What's Southern area?
Nah, nearly.
Nearly Southern area.
Nearly.
Hey, so Liam, obviously, we're here at the opening of the gym. Tell us how you know about Richard, and tell us about obviously what you think about the opening of this gym.
Richard Williams is an inspiration for me. When I first started boxing, he was the one that, along with my dad and Uncle Duke, he's one of the influential people who took his time with me and really introduced me to professional boxing. I was the one that was sparring with Richard at the beginning of my career because I had no amateur experience, and he kindly offered to help me. He sparred with me one time, and after the spar he said to me, "Lee, you're going to be all right. You can do this." Southern area champion at worst, he said. Obviously nearly got it, but I did win an international masters title. However, Richard Williams was a fantastic fighter, but more importantly, he's a very quiet, gentle person. So more importantly for me, and ultimately it's about the person he actually is. Now, when I came to this gym today, The Secret, which is in a fantastic location in London Bridge, the setting is absolutely beautiful. It's a dream come true for someone like Richard to now have in place, right? When I walked in here today, I was so proud. I was so happy for him because he deserves it, because he's a good person. And I believe that God doesn't ignore good-hearted people, and he's truly that. And seeing this beautiful gym today, and with the people that are around him who I've met today for the first time, Claire and I believe Dave is the other 2 partners, fantastic people, and I really believe that this is going to be an absolute success, and it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Absolutely, like you said, yeah, Richard. Great guy, great ambassador for boxer, huge better guy, and this is a fantastic state-of-the-art gym. I mean, I've walked around it as well. I think it's got the same sort of insulated like the Reebok gym, Danny Joshua, same type of thing. But
I mean, it has that sort of boutique style look. Like you could have like photo shoots in here. It's that nice. But you know, the reality is that there's going to be people training in here, the Richard Williams way. And it'll be fantastic to see. You know, you've got window base, people looking in, beautiful settings. In the summer, it's going to be raving. So I'm truly pleased for him. And again, if you haven't heard about it, The Secret London Bridge, get down.
Absolutely. What are you doing for yourself as well? Obviously, since you're pro career.
Sure. I have a Commonwealth champion, Phil Bowes, or Philip, shall I say? Philip Bowes. He's a Commonwealth champion at the moment. he's doing his thing. We've got a nice special connection, understanding, and you know, I think he's going to go on to continue what we've started. Myself, I'm coaching. I take on classes at 12x3 in Aldgate East. Boxing is a part of my life, so I'm always going to introduce it, so I have that involved. But my main sort of work is mental health. So I speak all over the UK now to really spread awareness for the ones that still don't have an understanding, the ones that still are not aware of how serious the topic is. And I try and push the best awareness I can through my own story, but at the same time try and give people help and save lives. So that's what it's all about. So my company, Mind Reposition, is enabling that to just again enhance and make this become a lot stronger than it is, because we've still got a very long way to go.
Absolutely as well, man. Well, hey, it was good catching up with you here at the Secret Gym, the Secret Opening Gym. Tell people a message why they should come down to the gym.
Because Richard Williams is not only a top boxer, a top trainer, a top man, and you know what? Considering what I've seen today, the gym is fantastic. So please come down and support him. Everyone needs support at the end of the day, and that's why I'm here today.
Thank you very much, Liam.
No problem. Take care.
Good evening, everybody. We are delighted to welcome you to the Secret Boxing Gym London, and it gives us an opportunity. Basically, if you're here tonight, is because you've inspired us, you've been involved in the design or the build, you've supported us along the way, or you're a freeloader. I'm not entirely sure. But we wanted to.
I'll be honest, I'm looking around.
We wanted to create an opportunity to formally launch the Secret Boxing Gym London, to invite you to share with us just a bit of breaking of bread and sipping of drink. Also to get you to take Instagram shots and post the hell out of it on social media, we'll be honest. But primarily to say thank you. Thank you for your support, your hard work, your encouragement, your inspiration along the way. And there are many, many people that have been involved in this process. It's entirely a team effort. The reason it came about is because 6 years ago, David and I had a coffee in Nero's down at Moor London and talked about doing an authentic boxing gym, but doing it with a bit of quality where it counts. And hopefully that's what we've managed to pull off. The person that was the inspiration for that is the legend that is Richard Williams. And truly, the entire place, and I'll say this because Rich won't, the entire place has been built on the values and the story of Rich. All of the strap lines that you see, don't just do it right, there's levels to this, there's an op in press op. All examples of his work. So I'm going to just hand you over to Rich to tell you the real thing. Thank you.
Oh wow, that was cool. Thank you. Yeah, first of all, thank you for everybody for coming and everything like that. This is like Tommy.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, yeah. Brian, leave me alone, Brian. That's Brian. Brian is like my mentor.
When you're saying jogging and
My
punching.
mentor. Wait until Sunday. Yeah, it's just an amazing feeling. When did this all start?
Well, 6 years ago, you knew about it about 7 months ago.
About 7 months ago. 7 months ago?
September.
September. David and Claire came to me and said, we need to do something. And in my head, anyway, and you know what is? I said yes because of who they are. And I've been training them since 2012, 2013.
So how come she can't punch down?
Claire's always talking in class. Claire's always talking in class. Leave it alone. So anyway, I've known them, I've been training them for quite a while, and I don't trust people very easily, but I trust them both. And David and Claire are one of two of the most outgoing, successful people that I know, and they're an inspiration to me. And 100%. And not only that, I want David Reese money. I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you'll be disappointed if you actually get it.
I'm trying to get there. So anyway, we had the conversation, do it, and I came in here this morning to do a 6 o'clock class, and I was sitting down at the bottom of the gym when it was, and I looked down, my mind is blowing every time I come in here because I just can't believe that I'm a part of all of this and that I'm around such amazing people. And the LXA people, fantastic. Tommy, I was thinking about this on the way in, and I was like, Tommy is the guy that's like the secret logo, and it was like the branding. Tommy's the guy that amazing. And I was on the way here, and I was thinking to myself, I really didn't want to do a speech. I really didn't want to do it. I was thinking, I was trying to put something together in my head, like what am I going to say, what am I going to say? And I thought about Tommy and the branding and the stuff like that, and I was thinking, there must have been some days when you went home and you was like, fuck Richard. What does Richard know about? He's a fighter. But now, because for instance, you see the red light? The red light stuff, we had a meeting, and we were having regular meetings, weekly meetings, right? And it was just about stuff coming up. And we saw some pictures, and I saw the red light, and I was like, wow, we're opening a mood bar. I saw the red lighting works, Tommy. You're amazing, you're amazing. Just amazing feeling, just amazing people, the LXA people, David and Claire are feeling blessed every day, and that's it.
Hold on, I'm going to have to say something. And it's modest, right? So
the
listen.
legend that is Leon Mackenzie, brother.
Hi, so I'm Leon. It's not about me tonight. This is about energy. So everyone that's here is here for a reason and a purpose, and he's invited you. So it's fantastic that you're here. You've turned out for him to support him. When I first turned professional as a fighter, and I believe in energy and everything else, Richard looked after me, gave me his time, mentally helped me, and I thank him for that. But what I did realise in that is ultimately he was a fantastic fighter and a brilliant coach. At the same time, he's a fantastic person. So when I walked into here tonight and I saw this beautiful location and the gym and fantastic Claire and Dave, everything that the work that's been put into this, I was blown away, and I was so proud of what I saw tonight and what I've seen. It's so classy, it's got everything that it needs to be fantastic. It's no longer the secret. It's going to be it's going to go fantastically well. The night's going exceedingly well. I'm proud of you because you are that. You are very inspirational. You are modest. You are humble. But listen, big up yourself tonight, mate, because honestly, this is a big deal, and you deserve it. So I just want to say thank you. All right, love.
I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody, thank you to Claire, thank you to David, thank you to Patricia for always supporting me. And you know what, I tell you what else as well. People from the Sunday class, people from old Roonies and stuff like that. I've really met some amazing people since I was on this training thing. I've met some amazing people. Where's Nathan? Nathan, my cousin. There you go.
Nice,
Nathan, my cousin. Yeah. Trust me. I've got so much confidence from people like my cousin Nathan. David, Claire, all you guys at the Sunday class that come, it's like a extended family to me. Trust me, 100%. Greg, all of you, even you, Greg. Even you. Yeah, but on Sunday you're still gonna suffer. Thank you, David. It's all yours, man. You got to stand on this, Dave.
Come on,
There you go.
No, to be fair, I was kind of thinking about what I ought to say. But to be frank, I think most of it's already been said, and I think as I stand here, probably number one is some thank yous, but I think all the thank yous have been done. I think so from my side, I think just a quick story about the property. The property was introduced to us. It's an amazing property by a guy called Alex Lowry. You'll see us somewhere. Put your hand up, Alex. But there he is. Yeah. No, so I think to be fair, was also heavily involved in the idea, which is a community of an office and of a cafe and of a gym that all work kind of effectively together, if you like, symbiotically. The fact that they kind of feed each other, etc. Yeah. So I think so as a company we've been in here, and like I say, we've been in the office here for 3 weeks now. The gym and the cafe only opened on Monday. I think and as Rich said, the feedback's been really good, and so yeah, and in fact James, the building manager, he's involved in this vigorously. So I think the point without kind of rabbit on too long is to simply say that as well as enjoying the gym, to enjoy the cafe, and number one, and additionally, you want to tell all your friends, and as well as coming down to spend time with the gym, to hang out in the cafe and hang out and just kind of be part of the community that we're making. I think
good vibes and good
say again?
Good vibes and good
good vibes, absolutely, yeah. I think the final thing I'd say is about the two partners I've got in the gym, and obviously they're both amazing people, and obviously one in particular is a champion and is a fighter, he's tenacious, he's loyal, and he's an amazing person. And most of you know Claire Priestley already. And of course,